Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's me, your girl Annie. Namaste. So, this is the second part to how to keep your man, right? The first one I did was how to make a man want you. Yeah, first appearances and things like that. So now you've got this gorgeous Adonis looking at you and he wants you and he's taking you out on a date. And so, how do you keep this man? All right, as you know, I was married for over 20 years. I've been with the same guy for many, many years now, over five. So I think that would tell you that I have some tips that I might be able to share with you. I've got six brothers, and I've been observing dating for a very, very long time, if you know what I mean. So, all the women that I know, both historically in all the books that I've read and in real life couples I can see, seem to all do the same thing, which makes their man happy. What are these things? Continuing on from how you attracted him, you got to make your man feel good all the time. So if you're one of these women that likes to argue a lot, or you're one of these women that likes to be like, I know more than you. Mm-mm. You're not going to keep your man. You want to make him feel like the man. You want to make him feel like he's just the best thing since sliced bread. You want to give him respect and give him opportunities to show that he is the guy. Like if you have something broken in your house, don't fix it yourself, ladies. Wait for your man to come home and say, honey, this thing is broken. I don't know how to fix it. Will you do it for me, dear? They like that. They want to feel needed. They want to feel like they men get great joy when they feel useful. And they get even better joy when they feel useful to the woman that they like. Okay? So just know that if you want to make your man feel good, you've got to make him feel useful, practically useful. As in, like, men like to do things. Women like to talk. Women like to receive gifts. Women like to receive cuddles. Men get validation from being able to do things for you. Like if a light bulb goes off, and I say to him, honey, a light bulb goes off. And he's like, okay, I'll come and fix it for you. If I climb the ladder and fix it before he comes home, I can see the disappointment in his face. Like, why didn't you wait for me to fix it? Because that would have been his moment to shine. Like, he wants to fix it so he can feel useful, so he can shine for you. He wants to perform for you and fix stuff for you all the time. So, ladies, oh, my bra straps are showing. Ladies, relax. Do you like my chain? Relax into your femininity and let your man take care of you. Because trust me, men love taking care of us. They really do. It gives them a sense of accomplishment when they can take care of us. So stop trying to be the man. Let your man be the man. It will make him feel better about his manhood and it will make him feel better about himself. So that's one way to keep your man. Emotionally, you have to make sure that you respect him. Okay? Don't talk over him. Show him respect. Don't demean him. Don't demean your man. I can't stand women who demean their men. Like, there's nothing so unattractive as a woman who is like telling off a man in public, especially. I think it's so rude. I think it's so emasculating. I think it's just wrong. So don't demean your man. Always boost his ego. Okay? Number 3, still under the emotional side, show him that you trust him. So don't be going through phones. Listen, let me tell you about my husband, right? My husband liked girls, women, yeah? He wasn't he was married to me, but he still liked women, right? He was 6'2". He was cute, right? And women liked him. And I knew it. But I didn't go over his phone and start checking his phone to see whether a woman is calling him. I didn't make that my business. So just cut him some slack is what I was saying. And don't forget to always show up. Because the problem I have with some women is that they show up when they want a man, like dress up, look good, everything. And then as soon as they get the man, after 1 or 2 years, they are in their 90, they're in a big t-shirt with a spatula and the bonnet on their head. They don't bother doing their hair. They only dress up to go out. What's the point of dressing up to go out if you don't dress up for your man? Who are you trying to impress out there? The person you should be impressing is your man. Now, I only dress up when my man is around. I don't dress up for anybody else. There's no need. Well, I dress up for you guys because it's a video and I want to look presentable on the video, right? So that's one way that you can keep him interested, okay? Show him some respect. Put some effort into showing him some respect. Don't let your appearance go downhill. Maintain your weight as much as you can. Of course, now let's talk about weight. When I met my husband, I was bigger than this. When I met my husband, I was a size 20. He likes big women. The woman he's with now is a big woman. She's bigger than me. He likes big women. Come 10 years into our marriage, I've had all the children, and I was much, much bigger than when he met me. So I got a bit scared with my blood pressure and everything. So I decided I'm going to start jogging, and I jogged and jogged and jogged. And I literally jogged half of my weight off. I became thin. If you go in my community tab, you're going to see how thin I got. So thin. You know what happened? He stopped being interested in me because he just, I remember one day I was lying in the bed and he did like this and he's like, oh my God, all I feel is bones. He says, I feel like if I lie on top of you, I'm going to break you. And he was really scared. And I'm like, no, you're not going to break me. I'm good. And he's like, no, you just feel too bony. And slowly our sex life started to decline because he didn't like skinny women. Why am I saying this about weight? If a man meets you when you're thin, he obviously likes thin women, right? You need to maintain the same way you look as much as you can. Of course, there's always going to be leeway when you have kids, when you're getting older, you're not going to be as nimble because you're both growing old together. But as much as possible, still try to represent part of that thing that attracted him to you in the first place. Because that's what attracted him. You need to maintain that. I'm always doing my hair. I don't like him seeing me without makeup. Whenever he's coming around and I'm like, oh, I haven't got my makeup on. He's like, oh, I don't mind. I don't mind seeing you without makeup. I'm like, I mind you seeing me without makeup. Because I want to keep that enthusiasm, I want him to stay attracted to me. So how do you maintain your man? You have to maintain him by staying attractive to your man. You must stay attractive to him. You must continue to be as stylish as you were. Take care of yourself physically. And just generally make him proud to be with you. My dress keeps falling off. Sorry, guys and ladies. Maybe it's supposed to be off the shoulder because it just keeps wanting to go over my shoulder. Right. So make him proud. Like whenever we go out, I always make sure I look the best that I can. you want to look away. Let me tell you what the reaction you want, because men are always going to look at women. You want your man to be able to look at another woman and think, oh, wow, she's cute. She's gorgeous. And then when he looks back at you, oh, yeah, but she's gorgeous too. He looks at you and thinks, yeah, but she's gorgeous too. I made the right choice. You don't want your man to look at another woman and think, oh, wow, she's gorgeous. She's cute.
Now, what am I doing with this one?
This one doesn't even have to know how to look after herself. So you're always in competition. It's a job to keep a man. You're always in competition to make yourself look good, to the point where when he sees another beautiful woman and he looks at you, he's still happy that he's with you. You don't look, I mean, you may not be the most beautiful woman in the world, but at least when he looks at you, he's pleased with what he sees all the time in your marriage. Listen, there's this thing we say, Kosarubon London. In other words, those who understand Yoruba, Kosi Aruboni London. In other words, listen. There's no old woman in London. Okay, I might be 50, I might be 40, I might be 60, but damn, I'm not going down. Go and look at Angela Bassett. She's been married for over 30 years. Why do you think she's still looking that hot? Because she's still competing. She knows that, man, I need to keep it tight to keep this man. Yeah, there are the other things that she probably most likely has a fantastic personality, shows her husband a lot of respect. You don't see her behaving any way in public. She's diplomatic. And that's why he's been with her for so long. Yeah? Sorry to use somebody like Jada. I know she's had her situationships, but she's always looking good. Go and look at the men who have been married for so long. Their wives try to maintain their appearance. Allow your man to have his hobbies. Mine goes off to play his golf. I give him his man days off. Go and play golf. But just give them the space. Because when you give your man space to do his own thing, he then values the time that he has with you. It's a weird kind of psychology. Some people think that you need to be in a man's pocket all the time. Like, I need to know where my man is. I need to sit on my man's head. No. Give them space to miss you. Give them space to miss you. Give them space to do their own thing. So that when they come back, they'll be like, oh my God, I actually missed you. I remember one time when my husband went away, he literally fell into my arms. When he got back, because I went to pick him up from the airport, and the poor dude, I don't know what happened to him on that trip or the kind of women he saw in that trip, but he literally fell into my arms. Oh my God, I'm so pleased to see you. I'm so pleased to see a decent, normal woman again. I was like, okay. What kind of women were you dealing with when you went to? He was like, oh, it's just so good to see you. I'm like, okay. And he just sounded like traumatized, like he had, I don't know, he must have met some crazy woman on that trip. He was like, I'm so pleased to see you. Be that woman that the guy is always pleased to come home to. Be his peace. Be his joy. Be his medicine. You know you can be your husband's medicine. You remember that song, Night Nurse? Yeah? You're the only one that can take this pain away, something like that. I can't remember the lyrics. Be the man's medicine. Sex is great. Be good at that too. Sex is good. But after being, oh, my phone is ringing, sorry. After being with the same person for a long time, it's not just about the sex. It's about being his peace, his medicine, his joy. Okay? Support his endeavors. Support him in what he wants. Ask him what he needs. Because what a man needs is different from man to man. Listen, my husband liked me to cook soup all the time. He was so attached to his stomach. He really loved his soup and he didn't like old soup. He liked fresh soup. So I had to cook every day. But the man I'm with now doesn't care about that. He cares about other things. So it's actually quite good to sit with your man and find out, what do you really need from me? What do you need? Find out what he needs and give him what he actually needs. I have a friend, my friend's brother. He was born and raised in England. He's a black guy, born and raised in England. He married a girl that was born and raised in Nigeria. And in Nigeria, we are trained to cook. Okay? One of the ways we show love, apart from having sex, is to cook a good meal for a man. Yeah? That's one of our love languages in Nigeria for men. So when she got married and they moved to Germany, she would wake up and cook him breakfast, lunch, dinner every day. When he would come back, I remember him saying to me, Annie, when I come back from work, she's stuck in the kitchen. She's stuck in the kitchen. I keep telling her that I don't need her to spend so much time in the kitchen. But she was just doing what she was trained to do by her mother. In her eyes, being a good wife means cooking all the time. But this guy, who was a black guy still, food was not that important to him. He was quite happy to just grab 2 slices of bread and butter, and he was always on a diet anyway. He was quite lean. 2 slices of bread and butter, and he was quite happy to have cornflakes for dinner. What he enjoyed more was for her to come and sit with him and for them to watch TV together, hold hands, and cuddle. But she'd be like, oh, don't worry, I'm coming. Let me just finish cooking your dinner. And he got frustrated. And he told me, he said, listen, explain to her. So when I called her up and I'm like, listen, it's not that important to him. She started crying. She's like, maybe he doesn't like the way I cook. Maybe he doesn't like my food. Maybe my food is not sweet. I said, listen, Ada, it's not that your food is not sweet. It's not that but food is not his love language. And when my mother told me I have to cook, I'm like, listen, you better listen to your husband. He doesn't like pounded yam. He doesn't want to eat pounded yam every day. He was born and bred in England. He likes toast, buttered toast. He likes simple things. Relax. You don't need to cook. So it took her some years to retrain herself to be what he wants. He wanted her to just dress up and for them to go to the cinema and to go to the theater. And he liked her looking good, wearing a high heel. She was gorgeous. She was absolutely good. She was a doctor as well. She was gorgeous, but he just wanted to show her off. He didn't need her to cook. He wanted her to cook maybe once or twice a week, but he didn't need her in the kitchen. So his needs were different. So what I'm trying to say is find out what your man needs, because it could be different from what you think. It could be different from what you think he needs. What your ex-husband needs may not be what your new husband needs. What worked for one person may not work for another person. So the best way to know, and so you don't make a mistake, is to ask. What do they need? Ask them. Another thing they want is absolute loyalty. Don't belittle them in front of anybody. If there's anything you don't like about your husband, tell him in private with a quiet voice. Tell him in private with a quiet voice, preferably after you've given him a meal. But don't say it outdoors. Don't belittle him outside. That would make him not want to be with you anymore. Emotional support. Intimacy, freedom to be himself. They want that as well. Inspirational, they want you to be interested in their job and to just inspire them when they come home. When a man comes home, the last thing he needs, because I think I was on Lead Attorney's Live, where one woman said, oh, the man, one of the panelists were saying, oh, the man likes it when I'm a bit feisty and all that. And in my mind, I just thought, well, all the men I know and all the research shows me and all the couples I see, the same reoccurring theme is that men like a peaceful woman. And even the Bible says it. Even the Bible says that it is better for a man to be, was it at war? I don't know the exact words, but then to be in the house with a woman with a horrible tongue. So men like peace. So that's how you keep your man, by being peaceful, by showing him respect, by keeping your sexy on, continuing to be attractive, offering him a lot of support, by being inspirational, by showing him that you trust him, by giving him emotional support. Of course, there's the sex and then the connection. I'm not going to give you sex tips because you all can find that out yourself. I'm not giving anybody sex tips. But yeah, that too. All right, so 25 minutes. I need to cut it short. I don't like my videos being more than 25 minutes. Namaste. See you in the next video. Bye.